North Korea and Iran. One has nuclear weapons, the other is suspected of wanting them. Pyongyang has test-fired 2 nuclear devices in the past 3 years. Tehran is at least 1 year and possibly 3 away from being able to do the same. But the treatment of these 2 nations by the US and international community is vastly different. Professor Mehran Kamrava is an expert on Middle East foreign policy. He says there's a simple reason why incentives, like aid, offered to North Korea through the 6-party talks, are denied to Iran.
When you actually do get the bomb, then certainly the assumption is that you have the ability to fight back and fight back effectively. And so the international community, or in particular the West, really respects these countries' sovereignty, treats them much more gingerly and very differently.
He says another reason is geography, a point agreed upon by the US ambassador who spent nearly 3 decades negotiating international nuclear treaties.
Iran is in the middle of the Middle East. It's trying to dominate the Middle East. You've got Israel on the other side, the longtime close U.S. ally. There's religious overtones, Sunnis, Shias, Jews, Christians.
Israel sees a nuclear-armed Iran as a threat to its very existence, but it already has an undeclared nuclear arsenal of its own.
This dichotomy creates a healthy dose of scepticism across much of the Middle East as to how nuclear ambitions are treated. Iran is not allowed to have them, Israel is, while Iraq was invaded because it was thought to have the bomb but didn't.
It begs the question, is it okay for your friends to have nukes but not your enemies?
Well, I wouldn't want to say that, and I think that's bad policy and also bad international law. But sometimes things, I have to confess, do drift in that direction.
We saw this unequal treatment much more pointedly when it came to India a few months ago, where the United States itself signed a multi-million-dollar nuclear agreement with an actual nuclear power, which is not a signatory to the Non-Proliferation Treaty, whereas Iran is.
One of the key tenets of that treaty is to guarantee the right of all signatories to develop nuclear energy for peaceful purposes, provided that process is independently overseen. Dan Nolan, Al Jazeera.